Okay, so now without further ado, let's get into some of this drag race news. And let's talk about Miss the Vivienne, who was finally laid to rest over in the UK. So yeah, her funeral happened. You know how the southern people, the southerners say it funeral, then they'll say funeral. So yeah, she was finally laid to rest, which is great. It's funny how that she's another one that did a carriage because Liam Payne, he did a carriage too. So now the funeral for beloved James Lee Williams, aka the Vivienne, who died at the age of 32, has been held in North Wales. The drag icon, who cemented herself as one of the most well-rounded queens in the drag race history books, died at their home in Cheshire on the 5th of January. Now, police confirmed there was no suspicious circumstances surrounding her health. Now, on Monday, January 27th, that would be today, the Vivienne's funeral service took place at St. Margaret's Church in Bodle Wyden, I think is how you say it, near where the Vivienne went to school. Now, as reported by the BBC ahead of the coffin, which was pulled by a pair of black horses with jade-colored plumes, the crown and scepter awarded to drag race winners was carried. Well, when I die, can I please be, I want a carriage, and then y'all can cremate me. I just want the whole pomp and circumstance of it all. Now, countless celebrities attended the Vivienne's funeral, including singer and former Little Mix star Jade Thirlwall, who has been confirmed to headline the UK queer pop event Mighty Hoopla Festival this year. Now, calling all homosexuals. I need y'all to get out there and get on this whole UK queer pop event because this is something we need in New York. Because how is it that they have the festival in the UK but not here? Now, Ian Watkins, better known as H from Steps, was also present. The LGBTQ plus icon, who publicly came out as a homosexual in 2007, lives near Cowbridge in the Vale of Glamorgan, Wales. Now, fellow drag queen Cheryl Hole and Bag of Chips also attended the funeral. Now, Bag of Chips, one of many drag icons who paid an emotional tribute to the Vivienne following her death, described her as her best friend. Actresses Claire Sweeney, who plays Cassandra Plummer on Coronation Street, and Jennifer Ellison, who hosted the UK version of Dance Moms on Lifetime, were also among attendees. Kim Woodburn, who was famously impersonated by the Vivienne, and Kerry Katona also paid their respects. Now, former Drag Race stars Veronica Green, who recently revealed that she'd been diagnosed with autoimmune disorder multiple sclerosis, and Tia Coffey were also in attendance. Now, as for the Vivienne, Williams first gained national notoriety in the UK drag scene, sorry, after being anointed the first RuPaul's Drag Race UK ambassador by RuPaul in 2015. They went on to become the first winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK in 2019, becoming a household name in Britain. And during her run on Drag Race, she was open about her battle with addiction, saying she hoped to help people along the way. And I hope that this wasn't an addiction type situation. I guess we'll never know what she died from, but they said there was no foul play and stuff. So I'm glad that we got that. Now, in regards of, I know everybody's going to ask about the big elephant in the room. Where was RuPaul and why wasn't he there? That's a good question. Maybe he's one of those people that's just like, you know what, when you're close to someone, it's too hard for them to have to be in that type of room and to go to that person's funeral. I know I'm that way when it comes to people in my life. Like, I'm not really big on, I'm so Samantha Jones in the whole funeral thing. Remember when the episode of Sex and the City when Miranda's mother died and everybody was like, well, Charlotte always overdoes it. And then, the first person she told was Carrie, because that was like, she called her to tell her the whole situation. She was with her at every step of the way, but she had to run out to Pennsylvania to go see her mother. And then it was that whole situation. And I'm so Samantha in the situation where it's just like trying to show your emotion or even wanting to deal with that situation. I can't do it, except at the end of the episode, she would just like blurt out, I love you. And then started bawling out crying at the funeral. That's just me. Like, I'm not really big on funerals. And I know there's a lot of people that are feeling that way, but yeah, me having to be at a funeral and dealing with the sadness, and when funeral should be well, I feel like this funeral should be a celebration. That's what they do with Dana Nolan's. So shout out to the Vivienne. Glad she's finally being laid to rest. It'd have been cool to see if like Michelle Visage or RuPaul were there, but According to the report, I don't think they were. Now, if they were, definitely let me know in the comments if they actually showed up. But I think that maybe Ruth felt that, you know what, I'll just do my tribute at DragCon, and everybody did what they needed to do at that time. But for the most part, in regards of the funeral, it probably was a bit hard for him to have to, you know, be there for that sort of thing. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story in regards of the latest on the Vivienne and her funeral? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.